All right. Okay. Three, two, one. What is up?
Hey, Javi.
What is
Fuck
up,
yeah,
Chris
dude.
Kokoll, dude? All right. I'm gonna do just brief introductions, dude. Okay, back by popular demand, the Javi Trujillo podcast is back. I've been noticing a bunch of fucking traffic on my Facebook page, noticing a lot of people wanting to be interested in me getting this thing going again. So I wanted to start this up. It's been almost a year since I've done this, and I wanted my very first guest to be my very good friend, Chris motherfucking Kokoll, dude. What the fuck is going on, bro?
Oh, Javi, super honored, man. It's
Yeah.
been awesome to be able to kick it with you.
Yeah, dude. Well,
Right?
I really wanted you to be the first because you came out of nowhere to come visit me, and then, I loved it. I loved it, dude. I love it when people do shit like that. It's just and then you show up at my front door. I thought because everybody always says they're gonna. I don't know. People are so flaky these days that when somebody says something, you're like, oh yeah, sure, dude. Yeah, you come through or whatever, and then oh my dog is sick or whatever. But you came through. You're just chilling at my mom's house waiting for me, dude. And I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah,
So
classic Javi style, dude. I'll be home, bro. I'll be home. Yeah, I'll be. No, Waffy's for sure not there. In the living room with your family, like.
Yeah, dude, it was
Go back in.
yeah, it was hilarious, dude. It was hilarious. But when we were riffing and we were chatting, dude, and that's what I always loved about our conversations when we were roommates and stuff, was like we used to have these cool ass deep talks, just going off on all sorts of random topics, man. And it kind of rekindled this fire to bring it back. So then I brought it back. I got proper equipment. I'm ready to fucking launch into. This is one of my goals for this year, 2022, to make this at least twice a week, try and have some guests on, or and to do something and kind of rebuild the momentum behind it, especially since a lot of people have been saying, Javi, you need to do it. I miss it. It's cool, man. Welcome, Chris.
Yeah.
Dude. But yeah, man, like I was saying, dude, I would like, I think I consider you like my Duncan Trussell of my friends, dude. Like I would love for you to, if we brought some good.
Wish Duncan was a little more athletic, but I'll take it, man.
Well, I don't mean the physicalness of it. Obviously, you were like a jacked Duncan Trussell. You were like if Duncan Trussell knew how to murder people, like I think you're even better. Matter of fact, that you're not a soft, wispy, raspy man that sounds like a woman smoking a pack of cigarettes every day. Don't get me wrong, I love that dude. I hope he doesn't. Sure. I hope he doesn't send hate my way. But
no, I think he'll.
I don't think he'll notice this.
Fair point.
But dude, I want to like can you lead us into like some type of just to give us like an energy, bro? I don't know. Like, what do you think?
Yeah, you want a meditation?
Yeah, I don't know, like a chant or something, like just something to like get us in a focus for this,
Oh, you want a chant?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, bro. There's this mantra. It's called the Heart Sun mantra, the Aditya Hridayam mantra, and the legend has it, dude, it's what Lord Rama used to slay the demon king that kidnapped his wife. He was all like, enough of this. So he empowered, it's all metaphorical, dude. Lord Rama empowered his bow with this mantra and took off Ravana, the demon king's head. And dude, it translates to no fear, no evil, no pain, no suffering, no illusion can befall the one that holds the sun in the heart. The sun is the heart, and which is a metaphor for the soul, man. There's this unbreakable space, like there's a transcendent space of our consciousness and our being that isn't traumatized by innumerable incarnations. There's a place there that we can access and let it all roll through in meditation. The most horrific things we've experienced, the worst traumas, there's a space in this light of our heart that cannot be broken. And it's kind of how we walk the path.
All right, dude.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm fucking excited. I love some I love some shit when they be taking people's heads off and all that. So
I am. Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. You lead it in. I'll try and follow with you.
All right, man. It's a little bit long, so let me work it up to you. Can you drop into the very center of your chest and do a 180, dude, and look between your shoulder blades, and can you visualize there, see there, like a blazing fire of unbreakable light and power.
Mm.
Can you get a visual on that?
Mm-hmm.
And then just go and just take a couple skipping steps and swan dive right into that light. And feel that to be the power of your soul, the power of the mystery, your personal connection. Whatever that thing is, it can't be broken in you, even though this body's going to come and go. Like, cannot break that light, that space behind the heart. Mantra. If you just repeat after me, and we'll get it going. Om.
Om.
Aditya.
Aditya.
Hridayam.
Hridayam.
Punyam.
Punyam.
Sarv.
Sarv.
Shatru.
Shatu.
Bina.
Dina.
Shanam.
Shanam.
Om Aditya.
Om Aditya.
Hridayam.
Hridayam.
Punyam.
Punyam.
Sarv.
Sarv.
Shatru.
Shatru.
Bina.
Dina.
Shanam.
Shanam.
Om Aditya Hridayam.
Om Aditya Hridayam.
Punyam Sarv Shatru.
Punyam Sarv Shatru.
Bina Shanam.
Ina Shanam.
Om Aditya Hridayam Punyam Sarv Shatru Bina Shanam. Om Aditya Hridayam Punyam Sarv Shatru Bina Shanam. Om Aditya Hridayam Punyam Sarv Shatru Bina Shanam. Om Aditya Hridayam Punyam Sarv Shatru Bina Shanam. Om Aditya Hridayam Punyam Sarv Shatru Bina Shanam. So just go ahead and rest back in that heart, that space. And that, man, that's the metaphor, dude, of the warrior, the yogi warrior that just stares down all darkness and all fear and all pain and ultimately sees it as an illusion. Yogi warrior that lets himself break to find out what's really true. Like, is this whole darkness thing really true? Is this whole suffering really true? Does this really hold up in the presence of the light? And it takes mad courage to stare that down. So Om Aditya Hridayam Punyam Sarv Shatru Bina Shanam. Ultimately, we find out that this true heart cannot be broken. We'll conquer all of it. Can you feel that energy?
Yeah, dude, it's nice. I like that. I like that. Hell yeah, dude. That's exactly what I wanted to do to start this shit off. You gotta fucking lay that foundation down, dude. You gotta lay that spirit realm around us for this fucking shit. Yeah. No, dude, it's kind of cool that I particularly after like the pandemic, dude, I've tried to find that spiritualness or whatever that transcending thing in my life, because I feel it's incredibly important, especially in times when you have to utterly surrender to the environment, with everything that's going on, and then finding what's the word I'm looking for, like the serendipitous moments in life. I think it's interesting that you opened up with something about the warrior spirit and coming to courage, and that suffering are things that we have to overcome. I was just thinking about this Nietzsche quote about the Ubermensch, and the Ubermensch is the Superman, in which the Superman has to bear the reality that life is suffering, that you will, for a brief moment, this is your life and it's ending one moment at a time. And in that, human beings, particularly men, are made to suffer, we're made to fight. And in order for us to create, there has to be a little bit of destruction, and overcoming that fear of death allows us to enter into that zone of creativity of the Ubermensch, which is to formulate and build in the unknown, universe around us and to create something, so I think that's kind of cool. That's something I've been fucking around with lately in my head. Yeah. That's cool, dude. That's cool, man. But dude, like, well, so what have you been up to, dude? I know you went to Nevada City the other day. I've been noticing you've been super active on your YouTube page, and I've been seeing some of these meditation things. Like, how's that been going?
Yeah, I feel like I have this weird gift, dude, or not even gift or calling or whatever the universe wants for me this lifetime. And that's to process a shitload of pain through my system. And which is different than what we used to do when you used to beat the shit out of me back in the day at the gym. It's just a different style. There's something like there's just fire burning. I've had like, pretty awake dudes telling me like, Chris, your soul like signed up to like maybe take on more karma than its fair share to really maximize the karmic burn. So for my process, it's thank God it's not physical, but all the feelings from the past lives are really fucking present. And like it's some shit I can't shake. Like it'll be in my aura and it'll start to manifest my reality, like past lives of being a slave, being burned alive, like straight up having panic attack, not having, like panic attacks, feeling like I'm gonna die, like just the heavy of the heavy. Like it starts to it's just there. And thank God the universe has structured my life in a way where things are, stable, knock on wood, where I can devote a lot of time to spiritual practice. And in sitting in that pain, I can then, for work, professionally help people heal their trauma and help people go back for the heaviest things that are really burdening their subconscious and burdening their lives. So I work for social service and I see people just in incredible suffering. And, my life with the pain that I've stood and be able to like, cool, I've been there. You can only take someone as far as you've gone. So there's this kind of this momentum to go deeper into my own pain, heal more, and then to whatever degrees available, you can pay that forward. I can see people, understand their psyche and say like, yeah, we can move through that. If your soul's open for it at this moment, like, yeah, we can move through that. I know how to heal that. I know that pain. I've stood in it. We can move through it. It's actually really just kind of like nothing on the other side. Right. It's going to suck for a hot second when we break through, but we can do it.
Yeah. So like what would you say is like from your clients or whoever it is that comes to learn from you, like what is usually the problem that people are asking to seek help for? I mean, obviously, is it anxiety of death? Is it an issue with like parents? Is it what is usually the thing that you see most in common?
Yeah,
people.
There's a circumstance of life is life has a way of making it so uncomfortable we don't have anywhere to turn, and we have to go in. We have to do the work. We gotta like be accountable for our emotional emanations and our behavior, because life is so uncomfortable. Nothing else is working. Trying to control the other person isn't working. Try to control the family members or life, you're just on your face, and it sucks. It's painful. So I see a lot of people in that way. And I've been in these situations and find myself in them frequently where like, my God, like the only way out of this situation is to heal something within myself. Because that vibe inside of us will literally manifest our reality as within, so without. It literally will hold uncomfortable situations in place until we have that right key of healing that heals it, unlocks the door, and new opportunities emerge, new ways of relating emerge. So I see just, the challenges of life.
So would you say that like people hold on to trauma because they believe that those traumatic moments help them survive in the past? So they believe that repeating that cycle will help them to kind of live in the now, like, or they think it's going to keep them progressing in the moment is what I'm trying to say. I don't know if that makes sense, but
we think it's going to keep us safe.
Yes, that's it. It's like there's a familiarity with repeating certain traumatic events because you know, I guess like, yeah, you find safety out of that. You find it like almost comforting because it's recognizable.
And you know, the part of our being that just wants to be safe wants to say that life is always going to be like that. So
Mm.
it's really interesting, man. I was leaving Standalone like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and
Mhm.
some dude pulled a gun on me. Like, came at me hella pissed,
What?
like gun in hand, yeah. Like, and I was like, you always go to your first training, right? You taught me this. You always go to your first training, dude. So, you know, my meditating ass is like internally like, angels, that's all I got out, you know, internally. And I just put my hands up. I was like, dude, please. And he's fucking yelling at me like, and he got in his car and left. Just like went from 0 to gun to 0 in like less than 60 seconds. I was like, fuck. But I got
Whoa.
to experience it firsthand, dude. I could feel it in my nervous system, you know? Part of me is like, wants to join the SWAT team and like go on like vengeance mission. And part of me is like, you know, just want that part that's traumatized, wants to always see the world through that lens of the world's fucking scary. Who knows who's packing heat? This is how the world is, just to keep me safe from fucking dying.
Mm.
So thank God I have the tools and everything. And I find the most effective way, you know, to heal these things that are emotional. That's like an experience. That's a memory. That's the most effective way, dude. Like there is divine beings. So like the archangels just roll in. I could feel it, dude. I couldn't even like push it away. Just like roll into my nervous system and just like burn that out. And it's not even with me anymore. But there was that period of time where it's like, fuck, life is that trauma wants to say life is always going to be this way and you need to protect yourself. And thank God we can release those things, man, because life is pretty fucking miserable when we're in that state of self-protection and in a little trauma box.
Right. And I mean, like for me, it's like fine. I think where human beings thrive and I feel the most happiness is when we're 1 foot into safety and we're 1 foot out into the unknown. Like I mean the symbol of the Tao, you know, the yin and the
Mm-hmm.
yang. People live the best when, like I said, you're riding that line, you know, of uncomfortability, but then having a little bit of comfort, but still pushing, because then it's just like how we would work out our muscles, right? Spiritually and mentally, we're kind of flexing those muscles to make us a little bit stronger. You know, like that handling a situation like that is like lifting a little bit too heavy out of your fucking your comfort zone, but then getting hurt, that's like a traumatic event. Now it's like, oh fuck, dude, I'm so scared of everybody just whipping a gun out of me. But then you're like, wait, no, I've practiced, I put in the reps, and now here is a moment for me to max out.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking bro spirit lift right now. I'm gonna fucking
Totally. Fucking max.
and but now you've kind of grown, going having that unknown edge, and now you've grown from that, like in a spiritual sense, in a mental sense, really, you know. And I think that, I mean, for me, that's how I would look at a situation like that, is that, you know, the more situations you can handle like that in a strong way, I feel the capacity as a human being, your potential grows a little bit
Yeah.
more, you know, for sure. That's
And the
fucking sick.
really interesting thing is, dude, like once we heal all these things that we believe to be, like the big question is what's left, right? How much conditioning can we heal? How much? Because like at the fundamental, they say in yoga, man, they say in Buddhism, I don't know if it's true, but I met some really wise dudes that are pro this model. They say
Mhm.
like ultimately that sense of self is this illusionary construct that's just built out of what we've been conditioned to believe and feel, maybe by our biology or by society or by family. Like we got this kind of amalgam thing that we call us. So as we start to heal it, like what's left?
What would be left? I mean, I would think that what would be left is that you project that healing, that I would guess, like the way best way I can think about it is like being a fractal, like a broken mirror, right? And each traumatic event is like a crack in that mirror. And as we begin to heal ourselves, we slowly pace those back until we don't see a fractal image of ourselves, multiple persons in this mirror. We see one whole individual. And once we can truly, then we truly see ourselves for who we really are. And in that moment, when we have that self-realization that, oh, I am a good, beautiful, wholesome being. I am, in the Christian sense, God in his image, or the universe witnessing itself, then can one, I feel, begin to really manifest and create, just like the universe manifests and creates and projects out love. So I think that's why the importance of like things like, I think Buddha and Jesus and a lot of these type of prophets, that's enlightenment, is that they come to that realization. And just like a candle in the darkness, you can't cup it once it's seen. You have to let it shine. It has to be seen. And then that candle can go around lighting other candles that are in this darkness, and I think and I think this is why it's incredibly important, especially what's going on politically, like the collectivism over the individual's rights. I feel if the individual is good and whole and has a good understanding of oneself and gets to that point of realization that he is evidently a good person who wants the best for his friends, his family, his community, he will project that outwards, starting with his family and friends, and then move on to his community, and moving on to maybe his state, moving on to his country, and eventually the world. And I think it can only be done through the individual instead of a collective outreach, because I feel each person is uniquely different. Each person has their own trauma, their own narrative, their own lineage and story. And I think that the only way we can get to that level is by working on oneself first, before trying to broad stroke and change everything for every person, because we're all different and unique in our own ways.
Yeah, man, well said. That's beautiful. There's an interesting distinction of like a Western therapy type of practice tries to create a healthy person. It tries to create a healthy ego for that person. And then there are these hardcore, like spiritual, like old true yoga tradition or true Buddhist tradition goes beyond the ego, man. That thing gets annihilated. And I haven't been there. I don't know if I can't validate it from personal experience, because it's so unfathomable to go beyond your sense of I, right? I can't imagine myself beyond my sense of I. Isn't that shit crazy?
Right.
So,
but maybe that is something biological, just for a survival purpose of keeping this meat machine running, that we can't get outside of ourselves without maybe the help of hallucinogens, or maybe like astral projection or whatever type things, that we can't, because of just the meat monkey that we're in just is so focused on protecting us with 3 billion years of evolution of survive. It's just, we're pushing along biologically for a reason that I cannot understand outside myself. Yeah, like you said, it's really difficult to comprehend without the help of maybe some type of outside force, or going extremely deep within, which is like what I feel like high levels of prayer and meditation must do.
yes. Yeah, so that's like the end goal, man. That's how all the yogis defined enlightenment, right? Or Eckhart Tolle like defines it, like it's like beyond this sense of identity. And I don't know, man. I haven't I'm gonna do my best to find out this lifetime. Like, is this because those dudes are so much kinder, so much wiser? Something moves through them. It's like the mystery moves through these folks.
Yeah, but like I would think why at the end of it, when you kind of reach that let's say, just for the sake of it, enlightenment, or just kissing enlightenment, seeing a brief moment in it, you realize that there is something more than myself as an individual. There is something more than my biological urges from like my lowest chakra of food and fucking and procuring materialistic things. That there is something higher, because once my physical needs are gratified, like there's a, I'm trying to think if it's Toy Story or Dostoevsky, but there's a saying where it's like, well, you're seeing this now in society where people, and I believe it's because we have no God. There's a vacuum where the spiritualness of people is gone. I don't know if it's because of science. I don't know if it's because of just the way that we're a secular society where we've said that there is no God, there is no afterlife. So what are we suffering for? The suffering is for nothing. So then we lead, I feel like when there's a God hole in everybody, there's a vacuum.
Yeah.
And what fills that is nihilism. And nihilism eventually leads to this hedonistic pleasure, because it's like, well, if I'm going to just be worm food in about 60 fucking years, I'm going to eat, fuck, and get as much stuff. I want to be the dude with the most stuff at the end of the fucking road. And at least that's going to be my measurement. And, you know, at least the hedonism, because if we cannot avoid suffering, then let's just nullify it. Let's use drugs, let's use sex, let's use materialistic things to numb that suffering. But then, I mean, as like the story of Buddha, or the story of Jesus being tempted in the desert, of saying we can give you all these worldly pleasures, but knowing that it's all for nothing, because at the end of the day, once a man even obtains these things, it doesn't solve it. You know, it doesn't fill that hole. So it's, one has to accept, yo, you are going to suffer, you will get sick, you will grow old, you may die of a disease. And in spite of that, so what are you going to do with your life? You got to find meaning in it. You know, you got to make something for you. And once you accept that and overcome your death, the which is inevitable for all of us, then and only then will you be granted the universe's greatest thing, which is to create something that will outlast you biologically. And I think
man,
guys like you and me are looking for that, you know.
you're really touching on this point of this existential angst, existential dread of like, why create anything, and why an impermanent body, and like there's this, I don't know, I think we all carry that if we really are honest and tune in. And I know the greatest mystics say the secret of life is to die before you die,
Yeah.
and to let go of that I. And there's just been brief, periods in my life when I've been like, oh my God, it's gone. Heck yeah. And this kind of deathless presence starts to come through, just starts, and all the micromanaging of life, the worrying, the dread, the questions of meaning, like it all just falls away. So that purpose, man, to take that, whatever, that inner death, that psychological death, that death of our sense of self before this body leaves, woo, that's like, I get myself in trouble sometimes. I call, suffer a little bit too much, going for this. And like, just gotta find out like what's really going on, Javi. What's really going on?
You know what, dude? Jesus, man, how much time do you got? What's really fucking going on? I don't. I mean, dude, at the end of the day, I think what the fuck is going on is that we're just trying to. I mean, like you said, we are God in drag. We are walking each other home. You know, I always think of this Ram Dass quote where he's saying is like, when you look deeply into somebody's eyes, deeply, you see yourself. You do. You, like, you can say physically the reflection of yourself, but if you truly look deeply into somebody's eyes, which I find strange that it's very difficult for a lot of people to do these days, for somebody to make, like, I see it with like my nephews, I see it with like especially a lot of younger people, and I don't know if the trauma of the pandemic and making the propaganda of making each other scared of each other because we're going to make each other sick, or we're going to kill our grandma, we're going to kill our parents, or whatever it is, and just holding your mortality hostage to this virus. I mean, I don't know, but to look deeply into somebody's eyes and to realize you see yourself, and that, like, yes, we are all walking each other home, and one day I'm going to take off this costume and realize, yeah, that was a fun trip being Javi. I'm glad I'm back in my permanent side of the void, or whatever it is, you know. It's just like I said, you know, I think, like we said, I truly think that we are made in God's image, or the universe's image, or whatever it is that you want to call it. And you know, we come back to this world or purgatory or this place of suffering because, like I said, if we are in pursuit of this perfect utopia politically or culturally that you see now with, when we fulfill all of our hedonistic pleasures, if every day we got to eat cake and hang out and we're completely safe and we weren't scared of anything, and all we could do is fill our days with banging and doing whatever and having freaking orgies and all sorts of stuff, that I guarantee, how long I think that would last?
How long, Javi?
A week, maybe. I think it would last a week, and then somebody would want to fuck it up and burn it, because like I said, I think our nature is for us to ride that wave between chaos and order, to be on that border wall of that, to see to map the unknown and to seek refuge in our safety. But if we are in either or, if we are in the safeness, if we are in the hedonistic pleasure, if we're always safe, we will find a way to bring chaos. And if we are so much in the chaos, we are so scared and so fearful that we stay stagnant, that we are paralyzed, just like a deer in seeing headlights.
Yeah.
So for us as human beings, we find the most pleasure, we find the most alive, being alive, whatever that term means. But for me, that means riding that wave between the unknown and the known. And I think that's what God's doing. And maybe that's our purpose, is that God puts us this costume on as Chris fucking Kokoll and Javi Trujillo, and he wants us to go through these things, or she, whatever the fuck people want to call it. But it's just, I think him and himself is like the void. He's just riding that unknown. And I think that's where life thrives, is that line between that chaos and order. And I think that's what we're doing. If we're made in God's image, I think that's what he's doing with us in all of our little forms, until we go back to the whole, or absolute, or the boundless love, as you want to call it. But I think he, like anybody else, he gets bored of that and wants to ride that wave.
Because that known is all in our mind.
Yes.
That known is all in our mind. Yeah, and we really start to let that go. Yeah, it's been really really interesting, dude. Like, the deeper I've gone onto the spiritual path, to realize, like, just like get comfortable with myself, just to really be honest with myself, and be like, having to let go of that part of me that wants to like be comfortable. Like, it's incredibly uncomfortable the deeper I've gone, because it's been my experience. I don't know how much healing work you've done, but there's like spiritual healing techniques that are just, I love therapy, dude. I love Western therapy, and I've seen it help a lot of people. And like, there's something about adding the firepower of the mystery, firepower of divinity, like into that, which dramatically accelerates it. I can dramatically, and in doing, having gone pretty, gone as far as I have in that, it's like, dude, no suffering really is real. Like, really is real. It's there's some element of illusion to it, because I think the ultimate truth is, like you're saying, we're all God. It's all kind of one thing, and there's not really a problem in that true nature. But there's a lot of problems here at the level of our ego, and a lot of illusion. So to work through that untruth, we go like balls deep in the suffering. And I find myself just like protesting and like, shaking my fist at the God, like, this is terrible.
Oh yeah, dude. That's just like, that's just like Buddha under the Bodhi tree. That's Jesus on the cross saying, Father, why have you forsaken me? Why have you left me with such a moment of suffering and pain? Yeah. And why have you been utterly abandoned me to live this, And I think as human beings, and I think that's what's so difficult for people that don't have some type of spiritualness to them. I think they live in that despair, and that's why they decide to be so, essentially I think it's very difficult for me, because growing up, I was really into philosophy, and particularly existentialism and postmodernism, where it's like, okay, well, we've gone to a certain point in this physical realm with science and all this that's led us to look at, I mean, the ability for me to talk to you from, miles and miles away in real time is science and engineering and all that. But I feel now that as I get older, that that's only one frame of reference that I can look through, that there are certain things outside of science, outside of that don't, they help us to live, but they don't help us to how to live, if that makes sense. I think that like if we only see through the lens that everything, if all I have is a hammer, then everything is a nail, and then nothing will work, and I think that, yeah, dude, I think for a lot of us, even people who I would say we're in pursuit of something more than this physical world, that every now and then we do feel abandoned because we are met with the unbearing weight that is life. The unbearing weight of suffering, of physical suffering, of mental sorrow, of emotional trauma and pain, that nobody in this life, no matter how good they have it, everybody is carrying some type of pain with them.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure even fucking Jeff Bezos, for all the fucking shit that he got going on, that dude is carrying something. It's like, why would you want to just consolidate all this power? Like, unless you had something that you just can't fucking fix inside yourself. I think
Totally.
There's something to that. And I think that the existential angst that people who choose not to believe that there is something bigger than ourselves, something that we're devoting our suffering to, that hopefully will outlast our lifetimes. I think that's why they say, fuck it, I'm just going to eat the sandwich. I don't care, dude. If I'm a piece of mold on the sandwich, that's what I'm going to do. And I think that's why, like, you and me gravitated towards fighting, gravitated towards jujitsu. Particularly, we were growing up in a corporate, I call it progressive religion, where, okay, there is no God or anything like that. So the state will watch over you. The state will provide you with everything you need. Corporations, capitalism will, or particularly consumerism, will fulfill all of your needs to nullify that pain. Oh, if I just get this new car, I get the new, whatever, the new fucking Ferrari, then I get to bang more chicks, and then then I'm gonna feel better for like, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Now then what do I got to get after that? And then, just like that scene in Fight Club where fucking Jack is just looking at the IKEA catalog like it's a porno mag. He's just trying to, it's like, what plate set defines me as a person? It's, and I think for guys like us who are, I think we're not castorized. We're not a fucking cattle. We're not sheep. And I think that's what the state kind of does to men, is the moment that we give in and say, all right, no matter what I do, these things are folly. These things are, I'm going to suffer. I'm going to go through pain. I'm going to get sick, and I'm going to die. Once I accept that, then what do I want to do with my life if I know that these things can't fulfill me, because they're all impertinent, they're all passing, they're all fleeting? And I realized, in my early 20s, and I think that's why, like, I don't know, a lot of people think, like, they find it odd, like, when I'll lose something or something breaks, and I'm just like, whatever. And it's just like, Javi, like, don't you care? Like, why don't you take care of your stuff? I'm like, well, I used it. I took as good of care of it as I could, and it broke, and all right, or I lost it, or it was stolen. Okay, well, why? This is all because I truly believe the things that you own end up owning you. And when you start accumulating too much stuff, that you lose sight of what's important. And I don't know, man. I just think that, yeah, as a man, particularly once you understand that those things are going to happen, and that the greatest men, we keep talking about Buddhists, we keep talking about Jesus, we keep talking about all these all these people who are out living, let's say in the sense of the traditional Greco-Roman sense, they believe that you live two deaths, your physical death and the last time somebody speaks your name, right? We're still speaking of those people. So they're still not dead in a sense, in the physical sense either. So those people unbear ungodly sufferings. Let's just take Buddha, for example, because people get weirded out when you talk about Jesus. So Buddha starved himself completely to death. He did all sorts of crazy stuff out in the woods. He's walked over, miles and miles. He's got sick towards the end of his life when he accepted food, knowing he was going to get sick and die. Like, he unbeared an ungodly amount of suffering when he could have just lived inside of his castle in his palace and fucked all day and enjoyed himself and become the ruler of the unknown world. But he chose to bear his suffering to the fullest. And once, I believe, as a man, you choose to bear that cross, you bear to carry that rock up the hill like Sisyphus, and you find enjoyment out of it, I feel you do find everlasting life.
Yes. Yeah, there's something beyond fear and pain and pleasure. There's a transcendent spiritual consciousness that is beyond the pleasure of that castle and beyond the suffering that we endure. There's something beyond, man. And it's really hard. It's challenging to stabilize there, because even touching upon it and the punch holes that I've been, trying to make, I have to go through my own weakness to get there.
Yeah.
I have to go through my
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not talking like I suck at bench press. I'm talking like my being. This is weak and needs life to be a certain way. And
yeah, absolutely, dude. Like, I honestly, the more I think about it and the older I get, the more I realize, the more you're willing to bear your suffering and to not be a victim by it. Because I feel in this secular religion that America in particular is living in, or particularly Western thought, is that they honor the victimization, and they believe that is true enlightenment, and to be a victim, to live in fear, I feel like they cherish these traits, when in reality it's like, I move in spite of the fear. I will not be a victim to my outside circumstances. It doesn't matter where I came from. It doesn't matter my class. It doesn't matter my education level. It doesn't matter what physical ailments or mental ailments that I have, but I bear that cross. I push that rock up the hill despite the fact of what it is that you feel I am lacking. And I feel that when I see people like that, and I look at them, I see who they really are. And I think that's why jujitsu and fighting is so fucking beautiful, because it's a physical manifestation of that in real time. I like we said on your podcast, it was like, well, I find the beauty in it when I see two dudes, especially, the best fucking fights are the ones where it's a back and forth. Everybody loves like a cool, quick knockout or anything like that, but man, people love a fucking barn burner. Somebody who has no understanding of technique or strategy in martial arts can appreciate something like that. Seeing two men trying to overcome each other and overpower each other's will in this outside circumstances, to say that I will bear this suffering because I believe in myself enough that I can overcome this obstacle. And I think that's something that, as and I hope we get out in the world with this podcast, is that, man, you got to look in life and find something that's worth suffering for. You being a victimhood and being a victim, saying that, it's because of my race, or it's because I didn't have this growing up, or it's because I was too poor, or because I don't have a college education, or just like, no, dude, it's you will suffer. That's a fact. But find something that, despite you getting up early in the morning, despite you fucking hurting, despite you feeling very insecure about yourself, that you pursue something, and whatever it is that you pursue despite all those odds against you, and you find enjoyment of it, I think that's what your life fucking purpose is.
Yeah, and like you were saying on my podcast, Javi, that fight when you step into the cage is with yourself. And in the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna, Krishna says to Arjuna, like, be the master of your mind, not 1,000 armies. Master your own mind. And that metaphor we opened up with of Lord Ram killing the Demon King, that Demon King, like that whole epic is in some ways a metaphor for our own our own human microcosm, that battle inside of us, that weakness that just wants what it wants and doesn't want to question it. The part of us that you and I are sit here and say, we're going to sit here and say, what am I really? There's going to be all this ignorance that comes up and says, fuck that, man. I don't want the truth. Oh, you're telling me suffering's illusion and I need to go all the way through that. I need to process the suffering through my being to find out that it's ultimately not real.
Ultimately not real. And on the other side is your true self.
Yeah.
And you'll realize that your true self is something beautiful, something that you love. And once you realize that, you realize it in the individuals around you. And for whatever reason, the God or universe put certain people in your lives to be reflections of that, in a good or in a bad way. There are toxic people in your life. And I think it's for a reason. And I think we despise them. What we despise, we attract in some ways, as well as we aspire to be around good things. And just trying to discern that and walk through that and finding out and trying to weed that out in yourself, those people eventually drop behind, and all you are left are with people who are reflections of the best parts of you, I feel.
Have you heard of the mirror concept?
No.
Everything that we react to is inside of us. And I've heard it, just some evolved people talk about this with Trump, right? Like, fuck, I have such a strong reaction to this dude. And really accountable, teacher, sat and he was he would always get, he would kind of shit talk Trump. And he said, really, I just took an honest look at myself one day and I found lower masculine narcissism inside of me. And he's just able to, what I was reacting to Trump was inside of me.
Which I think is what a lot of people, I think that's what I get from the phenomenon that is him, was that I think for a lot of us, it's dude, that guy is exactly what I was hoping to be growing up. Super stupid billionaire who shits on a gold toilet, only fucks models, and become president of the fucking United States and try and be Jesus reincarnated into some fucking people. That is what every dude's fucking American dream is. I don't give a fuck who you are. You wish you were that, and you're fucking pissed that it wasn't you. It's some fucking asshole with some weird fucking hair or dyed way too orange. Obviously a fucking idiot. Bro, he's the Rodney Dangerfield of the fucking political class. He's literally the dude from Rodney Dangerfield's character from fucking Caddyshack. He wanted to be in the club. Everybody made fun of him. He got super butthurt about it. He fucking made fun of everybody and got to the top. And everybody's mad because he didn't play by any of the rules. None of us are. I mean, I had my hate for the man too at a certain point, but then it's I can't hate the player. I just got to hate the game. Motherfucker won. What am I supposed to say, dude? It's just, he is what he is. But yes, I think that too is that he was a reflection of a lot of people's narcissism. I think a reflection of a lot of how people view themselves inside as well. He's saying, he would say the quiet part out loud constantly, and a lot of people can't bear to witness that truth, that that all these things that you completely hate about him, every prior American president was also doing the same thing. He was just so open about it, which is what I think pissed people off, because you're dude, okay, we get it, we know this is what American presidents do, but you can't be saying the fucking quiet part out loud. And it's oh, we sold a lot of guns to Saudi Arabia. Really great deal, everybody. I'm just saying, sold a lot of guns. It's a great deal for us. Great deal for Americans. What the fuck are you not supposed to be telling people that we sell motherfucking guns to everybody? I'm God damn it, dude. This guy's an idiot. Really bad hombres on the fucking border. That's all I'm saying, everybody. Real bad hombres. Sending the rapists. They're sending the worst of the worst. Haiti's a shithole country. Mr. Guzi, Haiti's not a shithole country. Bro, come on, dude. Like it doesn't matter, bro. He is a reflection of the things that we don't like about ourselves, and it was
He's that
brought to the
Ravana,
world.
man.
Huh?
He's our own Ravana, man. He's our own, yeah, demon king.
Yeah,
Uh,
but the thing that gets me worked up and what I love sharing memes or posting things about him is seeing the emotional trigger from some people where I feel like they have this how can I say, like they feel that they have some moral superiority over this man because they despise the things that he says. But in reality, the tribalism or the egotistical thing of us versus them, when they get their man into power and he is literally doing the same fucking things, except he's being quiet about it or it's being censored, that that they say nothing. And that's what really bothers me, that it's not the principles and values that you care. It is the view, how it looks. And as long as it looks okay, it looks familiar, it doesn't matter if it's still shit, but it's all shit. And that's the thing that bothers me about it. And that's why I like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, it's fun to see a rise out of people when they can't hold that standard, when it's not somebody that's, when it's somebody on their team, they take a blind eye to it. And that's something that I can't stand for, because I mean, like I said, dude, I pursued the things that I pursued because I was just like you, am seeking the truth. And I seek the truth through physical combat, because it is hard. It is putting my body through suffering. I carry injuries and scars on all my body and my face from it. And I wear them proudly because I have a better understanding of who I am. And I feel like that what I despise in this world is hypocrisy and people that don't live by what they say. I find it distasteful for people who are, anybody who speaks about saying that humans are like a plague or a virus on the world. Like, for some reason, I automatically know, like, this person's a little bit evil, because there's something inside them that they hate about themselves. For them to say that human beings are a virus to this planet, we're polluting the planet, we're taking all the resources, like, bro, like,
Yeah, they for sure their self-love isn't
yeah, well, it's like, well, shit, dude, if people are such humans, let's just line them up. Let's dig some ditches and let's line them up and just start popping them one by one, right? Problem solved. It's like, what? It's like, listen, man, human beings aren't perfect beings. There's nothing on here that's a perfect anything. We're all trying to be better. I think most people are trying to be better, and to say that we're some type of disease or plague on this planet. And I feel that's just a reflection into their soul and their mind, for me, that there's something a little bit dark in this person that he hasn't figured out. And I kind of want to stay away from you.
When anyone comes to clients come to me, to complain, and sometimes there's context to address it. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's there. Sometimes it's not. But I always just kind of realize, because it used to be hard when I would see it for myself, that what I was reacting to was inside of me. Now it's like a gift. I'm like, oh, thank you. Now it's cool enough. Hopefully my ego is like not as strong as defense mechanisms where it's like, oh my God, this person's a mirror for me. I need to go judge myself. But now I'm like, oh, cool. Thank you for pointing that thing out. Oh yeah. Like, thank you for showing these pieces of myself. But I know when people come to complain about someone else, like, that's inside of you, huh? It's hard to see. We don't want to see it. It's not a problem, but we can all be self-accountable in that way and forgive it, move it through.
Yeah, and I think that's something that's kind of lost on a lot of people, is the concept of forgiveness. I think as human beings, including myself, especially myself, or I hold myself to a high standard, and when I fall short, I will be my hardest critic. I will not let go of it on myself, and I've caught myself doing that a lot for mistakes that I made in the past, whether it be hurting people or hurting myself, or my sheer laziness when it's like in the pursuit of something, when it's like, oh, I know I could have done that better, or oh, I know I could have been a little bit more disciplined on myself, or when I've just been shitty to people, and that's something right now, dude. I've been having a little bit of difficulty, and I think it's just because maybe I'm not training as much.
Uh-huh.
And I think, and that I'm finding myself to lash out a little bit more over smaller things, because I still like, I remember that, like, before we got on this podcast, I listened a little bit of our old one. And I remember you had said something that for some reason, like, since we had that conversation, it's stuck in my mind, is that martial arts status, like in the past lives, we were warriors. And what does a soldier act like, Javi? Is he's hypercritical of himself, hypercritical of others, and will not tolerate weakness, will not tolerate, a lack of discipline. And so, like, I find myself kind of being snippy with people, and maybe it's because I can't work out that energy through martial arts as much as I used to. I mean, when I was in Thailand, I was and even in Chico, I was training, 4 hours a day, 2-hour sessions and 2-hour session at night every day, dealing with conflict, violence, and all that. And even though I know it's controlled, I know it's that energy is essentially a negative energy, but it still lingers as much. I feel like I haven't found a better outlet to release that. Like today, before we got on this podcast, I felt that all day. I was just, very short with people, very, anger. And, I called up some of my students and I was like, you guys want an MMA spar today? Sure. And just told them afterwards, like, oh my God, dude, I just feel so much better now that I did that. Like, I feel much clear-minded. But on the drive home, I was sitting in my mind, or just thinking in my head, that I have to find a healthier outlet, because at a certain point, my, God forbid, but my body's going to give out and I won't be able to do it as much anyways. So I have to look for something outside of that.
So this is the question, man. Our human psyche is comprised of all these different fragmented parts. It's not a whole. If all of us wanted one thing, we'd like have it. So if you just close your eyes and ask, who is it that's feeling reactive? Just internally or externally ask, who is it that's feeling reactive? Who is it that's feeling short with other people? And let a memory or let a version of yourself like pop up. It can be a representative image. It can be something from the past, anything. Who is it that's feeling reactive? You can see like a little Javi or you can literally get in your scopes and your sights, that part of you. And then you can blast it with soul light, man, and compassion or forgiveness or whatever it needs. You got anything? Does anything make itself known to you?
Yeah, dude, I just kind of always like envision myself as like young 10-year-old, little fat kid, just just kind of feeling helpless and at the whim of everyone around them, and not feeling ever in control of my own life. Like, the only way I could find control was drawing, because I've always felt like I always had a fidgetness. And I think that's why, like, I've always loved martial arts, because of that fidgetness, that energy to move could be channeled into something creative. And I felt that drawing and illustrating kind of gave me an outlet. Even later in life, like when I felt that way, like my last year in Chico, and every time that I've noticed I've had a hard issue in life, I find myself drawing or creating some type of piece of art, because I feel like I have physically no control over my external circumstances. And
wow, dude,
it's a way of like letting an outlet, and I guess just the
is there a feeling of being so no control over the circumstances? That's just kind of at the whim of life.
Just at the whim of life and at the whim of other individuals.
Man. And yeah.
And I just don't, for some reason, and not being able physically to overcome those moments, feeling weak, feeling soft, and not being able to, because I was young, when you're around adults and everybody, they're bigger people than you, they can control you, they can literally pick you up, and having that utter feeling of helplessness is like, I would feel is like the closest thing to hell to me,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and just always, even as a little kid, always just trying to find some type of control to manifest that creativity and to take that into something. And I think that's why I find myself drawing, because it's a little sheet of piece of paper that is nothingness and at least creating something in it. That makes sense. I don't know. But
Good insights, Javi. Good insights. Did you have that connection to that kid before? You see him frequently? And then
yeah,
we see that we like obviously those vulnerable feelings of being helpless, dude, that the natural human reaction is to cover that vulnerability with like reactivity, right? Because we want to get space from it. Like when my grief, right? It's like, oh shit, let me like like dun, 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 layer, wall, wall. So if you can get, as you so honestly and accountably did it, got to that vulnerable layer of feeling helpless. If you can work there, you can then easily take out the reactivity. So dude, if we just do an experiment, if you just fall back like into that space through your heart and see if you can feel like your spiritual heart is one with all of life and unaffected by any of it. It is that eternal heart that can't be broken by anything. Just let it expand. And like there's almost a wholeness there, needing nothing. There's a peace there. It's all good, even when we are suffering. And then almost if you were to look from that wholeness at that 10-year-old and just open to his feeling state and kind of like laser beam your love and forgiveness to him. Just keep your body relaxed, keep your breath moving, and just open to his emotional state so it can leave and be healed. And let his pain just ventilate. His feelings of helplessness ventilate and leave. And simultaneously, just keep pouring your love directly into his emotional being and into him. You can almost see him start to become luminous with your light. How's that kid receiving the love from the larger you?
feels good, dude. It's just like coming to a realization that you had to go through that sense of helplessness in order to know what it feels like to be empowered, I guess. And
Yeah,
kind of forgiving that weakness that I felt that I seen in myself and letting go of it because I didn't know that I didn't know,
you
that
didn't
ignorance.
know.
Yeah. And being okay with that and knowing that those moments define me to empower me to be the man that I am now.
Yeah, man. Can you visualize yourself giving that kid a hug or like some enlightened being that you have an affinity for?
Yeah, I definitely can,
That
and I
will
do. Yeah.
that will help integrate the energy
Hmm.
because these parts are split off in our psyche. You want to bring them back in, love them back into wholeness. So he's not. Beautiful, my friend.
Well, cool, dude. I wasn't expecting this to be a fucking like therapy session, bro. Thought we were gonna fucking just riff, talk about fucking pussy. Yeah, I'm fucking. Yeah, man, that's cool, dude. I love that. That was awesome, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. So we always know, man, like in addition to all the amazing training you do, man, you can use that question, who is it that's feeling this? And you get a bead to it and you go into your prayer, you go into your alone time, man, your silence, and you can just start to work with all these parts.
So the question you always want to ask yourself when, like, I don't know, I mean, I guess you're kind of out of your, out of yourself, or you lash it out or whatever, your ego takes over. It's just asking yourself, what was the question again?
So with any kind of negativity that we identify in ourselves or any kind of suffering, we ask, who is it that's suffering right now?
Who is it that's suffering
Who
right
is it that's pissed off? Like, and we can just close the eyes and our being will give us an answer. It's a part of our psyche.
now?
So instead of, when I get upset, instead of like giving my power away, like that person, like, okay, who is it that's upset with that person? Okay, cool. It's this part of myself. And we can just sit and love it. And there's so much healing resources there. We kind of just pour that in to that part of us and it will mature it, it will integrate it. And yeah, we become more whole.
That's cool, man. That's just healing putting the pieces of the broken mirror together. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And there's a lot of power too, man, like that warrior mentality to question our ego. Because our ego wants to be like, fuck you, I'm just going to run amok. I'm going to do all the negative shit I want to do. You want to question me? How dare you? Of course. But no, ego. Nope. Just kind of lovingly. And then, yeah. And if we can go deep into our own pain like that, man, just like you can go deep into fight camp with folks, we can go deep into the pain of others. We can like sit with them and like not flinch. Like it's cool. Like I've stood in that. Like I felt hopeless too. Like I know it and I've healed it, and I know you can do it too. And we start to just have this big presence for other people. Yeah, not back down.
That's cool, man. It's really cool, Chris. Ah, man, I do feel better.
Yeah, and there's this kind of beauty that opens up, man. There's this love. There's something sacred about it. There's something totally sacred about healing these parts that haven't experienced that healing energy before. Man, if the world just had more of this, we wouldn't have to. We could drop a whole bunch of masks, man, a whole bunch of insincerity and a whole bunch of stuff that masks just what needs to be healed.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Well, fucking hell, Chris. Like that was cool, man. Dude. I'm so excited that we did this. That makes me happy.
Thank you for being open, Javi. You're such a cool, awesome, open mind, man. I really appreciate it.
Well, I feel it's necessary, for like to be a warrior, to be on a path, martial arts. So, I mean, you always hear that fucking what's that, like, that bullshit saying it's 90% mental, 10% physical, but the martial artist path, I think, like I said, is just to understand oneself. And in doing that, you have to take on things that are just outside of the physical, because you have to take on all types of techniques, both eternally, mentally, spiritually. So because at the end of the day, what I want to do as a martial artist is to express myself honestly through my physicality. And however I express myself in it, like I said, I want to express myself truly as I am, not as an image or as a tough guy or as whatever, but who I am in that moment. And if it's captured on film, if it's captured in something, then great. But but that's what it's given me. It's like a lot of people would say, oh, that's whatever, that's some bullshit wooey stuff or this or that. But it's like, well, until you try it, you don't know. And I think it's really important on this journey of self-discovery. Like, you have to embrace the unknown to make it known.
Yeah, and a lot of these patterns in our psyche, they're
familiar.
They're the known. and they think they know how life is going to be until we die. Life's going to be dangerous, or women are rude, or or
Whatever.
whatever generalized pattern, right? We think we
Right.
know how it is. So to really let that go and be like, I don't know, man, this past doesn't define, and like hang 10 on the unknown.
Mm,
How exciting.
yeah.
And terrifying.
Exciting and terrifying. Absolutely, dude. I mean, that's fucking cool, Chris. Yeah, man.
Where's the hardest place for you to go, man? Is there a hardest place for you to go within your own psyche? Is there some place that
Just being generally vulnerable with people. Um, I feel I have to very, you know, I have to analyze a person. I have to put them through a lot of shit tests before I can validate them as to letting them in to who I am,
okay.
and I think just being, yeah, just like I said, just being vulnerable. And even with people that are close, I feel like there's just certain things that I just don't want them to see because I just, and I kind of find myself when I'm truly hurt. And I guess what I would say personally with it, and I would I feel is my biggest issue is when I want to be heard, or I want, I'm always trying, I'm an artist, and an artist tries to express himself. And when I feel like I'm trying to honestly express myself and those fall on deaf ears, or I feel that somebody isn't really listening, but just waiting till it's their turn to speak, if that makes sense,
Mm-hmm.
or not caring for what I have to say or disregard it as nothing. For some reason, I feel like that is like the biggest insult because I'm opening myself up to the most vulnerable parts of me, or opening up something to you, and it falls on deaf ears, or you simply don't care. Or now, I think the worst, and I find this is when I find myself to be the most vindictive in life, is that you use that vulnerability as a way to try and manipulate me, and try and use it to control me, which I've explained to you. I think at the end of the day is what I hate the most. I don't like it when an outside force tries to control me, particularly finding the weakest part when I open myself up to somebody and they
Yeah.
use that. Then I feel, God damn it, dude, I don't care if I'm in this house with you, I will burn it down and we'll both go down in flames. Fortunately, I know how to live in fire, so I'm going to walk out of it afterwards, but then I just burnt this person's house down and I almost killed myself in the process, and I've seen it enough times in my life, and I feel like that's what your 20s are for, is just dealing with the bullshit of your teens and your childhood and taking it out on enough people that you kind of realize, maybe you got to catch this, if you're trying to be better, or you fall into that cycle forever. And God forbid I pass it on to my kid, and, I think like I said, man, I mean, guys like you and me, we're trying to break out of that mold. We're trying to break out of that karmic cycle. We're trying to do those things. And I believe, and I think that's why I really wanted to do this podcast. Cause like when I was doing it the year before, and re-listening to some of them and seeing myself formulate thoughts and seeing how other people like you and other friends of mine, um, getting an opportunity to kind of re-listen it and analyze all of it. I felt as a person, I felt a lot better because I kind of understood myself a little bit more, and could formulate my thoughts and how I feel about things. And I think that's what's really cool about this, and then especially since I have such great friends, I feel I am an accumulation of the people that I hold close to me and I respect, because like I said, I believe that most of my people that I keep in contact with and I really care about and I really respect are people that I find are very good people. I feel they're very interesting people and I feel like they have something great to say. And I mean, that's why I wanted to do this, because who knows, man? Like maybe this only reaches out to 99 people, but I truly believe if you can reach one person, like we said, and it lights that candle that'll eventually light more candles, that I'm doing my service as a human being. Yeah.
Truly, man. Just letting it rip, following that highest excitement. Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude. But that's what I would definitely think is my biggest thing is to, if especially when they push for it, if somebody pushes to see that side of me and I put you through my shit test and then I open up to you and then you just fucking just swish it off and it's like, okay, all right, well, now the gloves come off, you know.
Oh.
And for some reason, I don't know why, like, and I think that was my problem. Why I got off Facebook was like, there were some people that were saying some fucking mad shit on fucking Facebook about it. I was like, bro, I'm gonna open up to you what I've seen in Southeast Asia when it came to comment, or when people started talking this way, and I try to open myself up for somebody to be like, oh yeah, you're a fucking Nazi, you're a fucking nah. Don't listen to this guy with his flowery words. And it's like, oh hell no, nah, dude. I just try to be a fucking human being to you. And now I have to put the fucking samurai mask on. Now I got to put on the face paint, the war paint, because you will not see the human in me anymore. I will show you what it is that you project. and that realization, and I think that comes from that warrior code, because like I think about it like there's a famous quote, not a quote, but like a passage from this book called The Gates of Fire, where it's about the Spartan warriors, and when they go to battle, they have like this bracelet with a twig on it, and it has like etchings of their name. It's kind of like a dog tag essentially, and that's how they count the numbers to see of how many people died that day. And they break off their stick, they throw it in a bowl, and then after the day's end of battle, whoever's didn't pick up their stick out of the bowl, we can tell who died that day. And they say that before they go into battle, they say that, okay, when you break this stick, what you're leaving behind is your humanity. What you're leaving behind is your family. What you're leaving behind is your love. What you're leaving behind is all the things that make you a good man. And you must leave just the beast. You must leave no empathy. You must feel nothing but to kill and to destroy, so that you may come back to those things that you love. But you must abandon it in the name of battle. And the only way you can come back to it is if you devoid yourself of all those things, that the good of humanity, and embrace the things that destroy, kill, is the only way you can get it back. And I guess that's, for me, is the most heartbreaking thing, especially when there's, especially when stuff that's so dividing right now, when you try and show my humanity to somebody and they want war, then I will give you war. But it's like, oh, and the thing I guess that bothers me is, and I try and forgive people, and I just try and get out of it, it's just that none of these people know violence, Chris. They don't train. They've never been in a fight in their entire life. They've never embraced or been with conflict. So when you say a couple of words like, hey dude, I don't fucking respect you. Oh, you're getting mad, bro? You're getting mad? And it's like, not yet. But if you keep poking the bear, I will let you know. And then you will know that side of me. And I think that that's something, but at the end of the day, I don't want people to think like I don't know that as a martial artist and somebody's been doing this shit for 15 fucking years of my life. Dealing with conflict is something, I understand and know very well. We work security at fucking LaSalle's. We know how crazy that shit was. We were fucking, I've worked as a bodyguard for people. I've done all sorts of fucking madness, and been in violent confrontations outside of fighting, outside of the gym. I've dealt with it. And what I've come to the conclusion is that men who you would think that don't have any control of themselves because I choose to do these things on a daily basis. No, I have more control over myself than you do, because you're saying things and you're doing things that in any situation, it will lead to conflict. And I think a lot of people are very ignorant to that fact. And I think people need to understand that. because I truly believe in this new coming age. Like, remember when we talked about last year when I said, listen, everybody fucking at the end of the day, this fucking narrative comes down to a fucking bat. We think whatever fucking bat ended the bat soup, or some fucking asshole scientist went in a bat cave, or some fucking they got bat urine. This is the newest thing. They think they got bat fucking urine on them fucking sprayed on the lab coat. This motherfucker walks through a market, and that's how this fucking shit came from. A lab leak from a bat fucking pissing on a fucking scientist. I don't fucking know. But it comes down to the bat. And the bat is a symbol of fucking awakening. Of the animal that can see through the fucking darkness and the fucking horse shit. And that's how we have to evolve. And that's how you have to evolve. You have to wade through all this fucking horse shit and the darkness that's inside of you. And in that middle of that darkness, that fucking unknown, the fucking void, do you find the light? Do you find your enlightenment? And for fucking men in this fucking world, you know, as fucking Jesus said on the Sermon on the Mount, and I'll fucking say it, I'm not fucking scared to fucking talk about this dude. I'm not afraid to talk about anything. This is fucking goddamn America. This is freedom of fucking speech. You and me, we're talking about fucking crazy shit because if we don't speak in the unknown, how can we ever find the fucking truth? That's what fucking that's why we're allowed freedom of speech. You're going to say some wild and whack ass shit sometimes, but you should be given that right in order to find the fucking truth in the goddamn unknown. And what I'm trying to fucking find is that what, like we've been saying all night, what the fuck is going on? And everybody got to know, you got to look through like a bat looks in the fucking darkness. You got to fucking thrive in the darkness, because that's what we're in the middle of right now. And you will find your truth, just like how a fucking bat fucking thrives in absolute unknown, the void. You got to find your fucking truth. And I think that's what all this pandemic is in a fucking thing, is everybody's realizing all of the horse shit that we've been fucking eating every goddamn day and pretending it's food. You're realizing it's fucking horse shit. Your fucking ego's fucking horse shit. Our fucking lives are fucking horse shit. And you know what? We've been in pursuit of all this fucking stuff. We're on fucking Twitter. We're on fucking Twitter all goddamn day. We're on fucking Tinder all fucking day, fucking searching, trying to get our goddamn dicks sucked. Trying to fucking fill ourselves with all this fucking, when we realize at the end of the day, it's all fucking horse shit. We're still gonna fucking die. We're still gonna fucking get sick. Trying to prevent ourselves by wearing these stupid fucking masks, Chris. Wearing these stupid, when I see the motherfucker with the double mask, dude, and the fucking visor, I want to kick their goddamn fucking monkey ass, dude. Because you know what, bro? No matter what the fuck you do, you're gonna fucking die, you piece of shit. Now take it off and be a fucking human being, because you ain't getting out of this alive. None of us are getting out of this alive, and I'm tired, and that's why I'm so fucking angry. I told you that my biggest thing is people trying to control my fucking life. I thought it was gonna be the fucking apocalypse, dude, that I was gonna be riding around Mad Max. All I gotta be fucking dealing with is a bunch of fucking hypochondriacs on a fucking power trip. That's all I fucking got. That's all I fucking got, and I'm fucking tired of it. Take off the fucking mask. Let me spew some fucking particles on you, and you can spew particles on me like we used to do back before all this shit fucking happened, and we can move on with our goddamn lives. And realize that you gotta find something you're gonna fucking suffer for, and you fucking gotta get it, dude. You gotta find it, and that's how you're gonna live your fucking life. Otherwise, what the fuck are you goddamn doing? Take another fucking booster shot right in your fucking you piece of fucking shit. You scared of shit fucking motherfuckers, dude. Biden ain't saving you. Kamala ain't saving you. You know, fucking dude. You find me on Facebook, find me on Instagram, Javi fucking Trujillo. Fucking check yourself before you wreck yourself, bro. Because big dicks in your ass are bad for you.
Mic drop, bro. That's it.
That's fucking it, dude. I'm gonna play the American fucking, I'm gonna put some American God bless America behind, or some America the Beautiful fucking in the back of that shit, because that's what's fucking going on, dude. Everybody got to get the fuck over it and live your fucking life. You're gonna suffer, you're gonna fucking die, and it's okay. So find something worth living.
That needs to be the Javi Trujillo podcast shirt. You're gonna suffer, you're gonna die, it's okay. I wear that shit every day, dude. That's the new shirt, dude. That's the new shirt. You're gonna die, it's okay.
It's okay. It's okay, dude. No, we ain't getting out of this alive, dude. Fucking live your fucking. Stop trying to run from it, motherfucker. That's what this shit should have showed you, dude. Come on, man. When I see these motherfuckers, I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. It's been 2 years. Get the fuck over it, man. It's almost 3 years. You're on your third booster shot. You're on your fourth booster shot, and I'm your fucking problem, dude. Eat a fucking dick, dude.
Eat a
Eat a
dick,
fucking
dude.
fat, juicy American Mexican wing right there for you, because I am fucking over it. We need to get over it, and I think that's what's going on right now. And I think the pushback is happening. Everybody's
Yes. America's fucking rising up, Javi. God damn.
oh, dude, that American spirit got to come back, because after a while, I was getting fucking. I came back, dude, because I saw how much madness Asia and Europe was, and I was like, at least my fucking red-blooded Americans over here. But then I started seeing the double mask, started seeing these motherfuckers, just wearing fucking biohazard suits. I was like, come on, man, dude, dog. I don't know. At the end of the day, you know how long I cared about the coronavirus?
How long?
About 2.5 weeks. You know when I stopped caring? When I went to go take a piss in a public bathroom, and I didn't even wash my hands. That's when I knew I was fucking over it, Chris. I knew I was fucking over it, dude. I was just,
boom.
Enough, dude.
Enough.
It's just stop living in fear. Just fucking embrace your goddamn life. These motherfuckers wearing double masks, but going raw dog some chick on Tinder. Come on, dude. Come the fuck on, man.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh man. Oh
yeah. Dude, in the same breath, dude. That's like I don't get it anymore, dude. Mass formation psychosis. I don't fucking know, dude. I just, that. But and then at the end of the day, I think at the end of the day, we just gotta laugh at the absurdity and the void that is life. You got to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, it's just, that's where I'm at, dude. It's just, I don't know if we're gonna get ever back to that. I don't know. Frankly, I don't care. I'm just gonna try and live my life, and I'm trying and speak my word and speak my truth, and give every one of my people who I think are fucking good ass fucking people a platform to say it, what they speak.
Boom. Boom. And I want that shirt, man. Make it, dude. I will order it. I will promote it.
What's it?
You're gonna suffer. You're gonna die. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. It really, you know how many people need to hear that shit? We need to fucking go to the we need that. Really just takes the power away from that fucking mandated vaccine. It just takes the wind right out of the sails.
All right.
From just their, the campaign to run and cower in fear and try to avoid the suffering and try to avoid the death. Like, nope, let's just call it how it is.
Just call it how it is, dude. It's just, it is what it is, man. Fuck, at that point, let's just stop driving cars so people don't stop dying in cars. If more people die in car accidents, why not? I'll just stop going outside, dude.
Just become fucking pods like in the Matrix.
Dude. Yeah, I'll go in the metaverse, dude. Just fucking, be sucking on Mark Zuckerberg's dong in there, dude, when I'm some weird ass avatar, and just call it good, dude. I am just over life. I cannot bear it anymore. I just want to live in a virtual fucking world where nothing bad happens and everything's fucking given to me, and I don't care. And you know how long that's gonna last, Chris? I guarantee you a fucking week. And they're going to be burning down the fucking metaverse too, because that's the human spirit, and you can't fucking change evolution. You can't fucking change and create and box in fucking God, because you are fucking God manifested in a physical form, and you can't hold it back. It's like a fucking tsunami wave, and you cannot hold the human experience back.
You can't. Many will try with the Holocaust, and it's a for sure fail, man.
Many have tried, and I don't care about fucking Zuckerberg's fucking meta universe wearing his fucking goddamn fucking white paint, looking like motherfucking the dude from Star Trek, fucking Data. You motherfuckers can shut the fuck up, dude. I ain't buying it, dog. I ain't buying what you're selling. That shit's whack. Go get punched in the face, dude. I'm telling you, it's riveting. It'll make you feel alive. Hi, man. That's what I'm saying. That's why I fucking like fighting, dude. I never trusted a man I didn't punch in the face. When people fucking say, who are your best friends? What's a best friend? Oh, you mean sparring partners? Yes. I have sparring partners that are my best friends because I love people who punch me in the fucking face because I know where we all stand.
Fucking real, right?
I know where we all fucking
Fucking real.
stand, and that is good.
That is
If
good,
you
man.
find a fucking problem, I mean, come on, bro. The fucking goddamn it! Did you find out a study right now? In the year 2022, testosterone in men has been the lowest it's ever been in 20 fucking years. They have the fucking equivalence of testosterone. The average male has the equivalent of testosterone of an 80-year-old fucking man.
No.
Yes.
No.
These fucking limp dick fucking veggie eating motherfuckers have a goddamn steak and go get punched in the fucking face, dude. Jesus Christ, man. God damn it, dude. Just what are you gonna live forever, dude? What are you gonna fucking live forever, Chris?
We need to start a retreat camp, Javi, a trauma, karma healing, and face punching retreat.
I'm down.
Get the best of.
You sign me up, dude. I am down.
We got to put this on, bro. We're going to put this on. We're going to bring some, it's going to slowly raise the testosterone scores back up. You're going to suffer. You're going to die. It's okay. Just let's live a little bit. Let's
live a little bit.
Experience a little bit of the suffering and see.
Come on, man.
Not so bad.
It's not so bad. Get outside your house for a little bit. It's all right, dude. Look at the sun is shining. There's fucking birds chirping, dude. There's squirrels fucking running around, dude. It's fucking a beautiful day. Stop staring at your goddamn screen all day. I know I have a bad habit of it too. I try not to fucking believe that that's all that's going on. Fucking algorithms are trying to scare you as well. It's just part of it. It's fear porn. Get over it. Fucking life is good. Life is beautiful. Yeah, some shitty things are going to happen, but fucking hell, who gives a fuck?
You can learn from those challenges, man, because the challenges are divine too. You know, the challenges are divine too. You ever just like really eaten shit and like there's no good, you look back and it's like, that's kind of a good lesson. Thanks.
Yes, absolutely. In hindsight, they always look better. In the middle of it, you think, why for fuck's sakes are you fucking doing this to me?
Like, God, you fucked up. Like,
you really make me bend over right now.
This shit.
This
Who
fucking
signed off on this?
Why are you going to do this to me?
Yeah.
And then in hindsight, it happened the way it was supposed to happen. And if you look through it in the right lens, you will see it made you a better person.
Yeah, man.
And that's something that
we need to learn how to work with the challenges as a society, as a species, because the challenges reveal more truth.
Reveal more truth. They reveal innovation, because right now the answer is stop everything, go inside, do nothing, because then everybody's safe. What fucking kind of answer is that, bro? I don't know. Maybe as a firefighter, maybe like that, it's like, yeah, you retreat for a second, you reassess the situation, and you go out and you fight the fucking thing, dude. That's how you handle a fucking chaotic situation. Yeah, when it's being too much, you retreat to a safety measure, and then you go out on that fucking edge of chaos, and you fucking manifest, and you try and fucking control the fucking chaotic thing, which is fire, which is fucking viruses, which is fucking sickness, which is fucking goddamn life. And what makes it goddamn beautiful is that you go out there and you try and fucking make something out of all the fucking chaos. And fire is transforming at the end of the day. When we walk away from it, you know what, man, you fucking have a better understanding of yourself, and you have a better understanding of your goddamn environment. And that's what's fucking pissing me off about this, is that, you know what, man, you just gotta get the fuck out there, dude. You fucking put on your fucking big boy pants, you salute the goddamn flag, and you get your fucking ass out there. And you fucking figure this shit out, dude. I thought we were the smartest, most brightest, most fucking greatest people. The American arrogance is our number one export to the goddamn world, and we're fucking cowering like a bunch of fucking sissies, bro. What the fuck? Over a cold. I don't care. I don't care who says it. You know what? Because all the fucking fuckheads that don't fucking like me, who are going to talk shit about this fucking podcast anyways, fucking block me anyways. Because you know what? For as much as they hate Trump and all that, they love building mental walls. Build that wall. Build that wall. Something's foreign to me and it's fucking violating my belief system. I can't compute. Don't blocked. Oh, come on, man. You know, dude, it's just, you're fine. You know, those people aren't going to listen to that anyways, dude. They're fucking in their own little fucking world of fear and fucking all this shit. And I don't care, dude. You can come for the ride with me. You can take my hand. I offer my humanity to you. I try and be good, and you slap it away. So be it. But if you, I will still move on with my life. But if you try and interfere with me, like I think about it, like we both swimming in the water, right? This motherfucker don't know how to swim. He starts panicking. I lend my hand out to him to try and fucking save this motherfucker. You know what happens in most conferences? They pull you down with them. And I can't help you, dog. I'll try. But if you try to just pull me down with you, then I gotta let you go.
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Get there, drown with your ass.
No. I'll just toss the mask at him and just fucking call it good.
Oh, I feel, dude, I love this, man. This really feels like a lot of motherfuckers are over this bullshit.
They are. The thing is that we're, majority of us, good, healthy people aren't concerned about shit like that. I'm just trying to live my life. That's what people in a good mind state are trying to do, and make fun of it. That's what I do. That's why I mean, like I said, most of these people block me, but every now and then I'll get some fucking little lurker on my Instagram getting pissed off at my meme saying you're spreading fake news, you're spreading this and that. And it's like, first of all, dude, a meme is just a joke. And I have, but I just got tired of it after a while of sharing documents, sharing CDC studies, sharing fucking anything like that, because then it comes down to that's fake news. That's not real. Where trust the experts. I think about it, dude. They're just like fucking squawking parrots, dude. CNN parrots, I call them, dude. Trust the experts. Trust the experts. Dr. Fauci. The CDC study says. This fucking spout. Peer review. Mostly honest thing. It's like, oh yeah, dude. You don't think fucking scientists can be corrupt, dude? You don't think fucking people trying to have these people obviously clearly show they have a political agenda. I don't care. I don't fucking care. Just let me live my fucking life, bro.
Yes.
If it makes you fucking good, if it makes you feel better to get a vaccine, go ahead. Don't get mad at me and make me another. Just fucking.
You want to get your genetics like all fucked up?
It's all right, Chris. Don't worry, dude. And sooner or later, our sperm is going to be worth more than Bitcoin. Unvaxxed sperm. It's the newest thing. Invest in it now. The new Ethereum, new Bitcoin, dude. That's just going to be worth more than gold, bro. That's why I'm just constantly eating a bunch of zinc and celery, just fucking building up that bank, dude. This is going to make me a lot of money one day. Be a real working stiff.
Got a real full freezer. A real full freezer.
Also, I'm not putting this on YouTube. I'm moving everything to Rumble.
What's that?
Rumble, it's like an alternative to YouTube where basically they don't have any censorship on free speech or anything like that.
YouTube censoring that shit?
Fuck yeah, dude, bro. Half the shit we just talked about, granted, I mean, it's a small enough channel. I'll still put it on my YouTube page, but it's a small enough channel that it probably will be overlooked. But if it gets traction or if somebody reports it, us talking about the vaccines, creating anything about vaccine hesitancy, I can't even fucking say the words. Hesitancy. Thank you.
Don't fucking hesitate. Just do what we tell you.
Just take it.
Do not hesitate.
Just take it. Be part of the team. Just take it. Well, I don't know. I mean, my doctor says that I am allergic to propylene glycol, and I mean, as an athlete, I don't want to affect I rely on my body for work. It doesn't matter. You don't do it for yourself. Do it for everyone around you. We're in this together, Javi. We're in this together.
You're still gonna get the virus.
You're still gonna get it. But it doesn't stop you from getting it. It doesn't stop you from spreading it. Well, it's more than just you. Just
stop fucking questioning. Just
stop questioning. Listen to the experts. Peer review studies. But the thing is that there's a lot of people like us. We just tolerate those people because we feel bad, or we just feel like, okay, dude, like we're accepting of who they are, and it's like, okay, I get it. You're really scared of dying. All this makes you feel better. And because you've never done a courageous fucking thing in your life, you've never done something hard. This is your 1960s. This is your fucking, your civil rights movement. It's like, yeah, I was there. I fought the virus. I took a vaccine that didn't. I didn't even pay for the fucking thing. And I just got mad at people in line when they didn't fucking wear it. And I reported a jiu-jitsu school that I saw across the street from me because I saw them in there rolling, spreading germs. So I called the cops on. I was there. I made a difference. And it's like, no, bro, you didn't. You literally sat at your home all day beating off the free Pornhub. Calm down. Calm down. We are not the same. We are not the same. And that's okay. That's okay. Now I feel better now that I released that too, Chris, because that's something that's been held in me as well.
I feel better. I need better.
But that's the thing is I think we tolerated it for such a long time that it's just gotten to a point where it's like, okay, now we want a passport. We want to monitor wherever you go. We want to just like, hold on, motherfucker, like. It's bad enough you're already fucking, monitoring everything I fucking do online. You're tracking. I mean, my fucking microphone is on my phone, dude. Like, I guarantee half the shit we just talked about, I'm gonna get ads on my fucking YouTube and my Facebook link for fucking shit that we talked about. Like, I get it. They're listening to me all day. They're fucking probably this camera is on me all fucking day, dude. There's, they're monitoring everything I fucking do. But now you want my body? You want to control my dude, too far, bro. Too far. Too much. Too much. Sorry. No, thank you.
Yeah. We'll keep the silent, peaceful protests. Keep those fires burning white.
No, this is how we stop it. By talking.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I think, by us openly discussing and having and making it okay to talk about it and discuss it and make light of it disempowers them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's important for us as individuals to talk about this shit and to say that, yeah, this is what's going on and it's okay or it's not okay.
Yeah.
And this is why. And I think that's, like I said, dude, this is partly why I wanted to do it, particularly this year was a goal of mine, because I know I got a lot of messages from people saying that, hey, dude, that was a pretty cool podcast. I wish you do more of that. And even if maybe it's only like less than 100 people are listening to it, that's 100 people that we're affecting. And hopefully for the better. I don't think we're spewing hate. I mean, granted, I did go on a fucking rant there, but dude, I'm sorry. It just had to be said. It had to be said, dude. I don't know. I can't. There's no ifs, ands, or ups about it, dude. I just had to say it. But
no. I wouldn't say that was hate, man. That's motivational content.
All right.
I was like,
I'll edit that. Make it a clip, dude.
Please do, dude. Please do.
All right, man. All right. Okay, dude. Well, I better get going. I gotta go put my baby to bed.
Give Bowie a hug for me, brother.
I will, brother. I will.
Always great to talk to you, Javi.
Yeah, dude. Okay. All right, dude. So we got to make this professional, Chris. I know you're still working on your podcast. So if people want to get in touch with you or they want to find your podcast or any of your, you have a bunch of meditations on your YouTube page, where can they find you?
Okay. Meditation for Transformation on YouTube. And then there's a link if you got some crazy life challenges and you want to bring some light into them. There'll be a link. If you want to work with me, healing, it's what I live for. So always happy to go with people into their pain.
Okay. What's the name of that one more time?
I'll shoot it over to you, brother. It's a link. But meditation for transformation. Meditation for transformation. Yes. All right. So I mean, he has some great stuff on there. I was listening to that Archangel one. That was pretty cool, dude. Like I said, Chris, you are my best buddies. I'm really happy you motivated me to do this again, dude. Hopefully this gets some good traction. Hopefully I can start building momentum. The goal is twice a week. So anybody listening to this, they want to hear my ass fucking rant about stupid shit. You can look forward to listening to it about twice a week. All right. And we'll make we'll make that. I'm gonna make a t-shirt. Be like, you're gonna suffer, you're gonna die. It's okay. Yes. The first hobby. Pre-order one for me. Pre-order is gonna go on now. I will get that link up to everybody. You got to put like a Buddha and a honey badger on there or something. We'll come up with something cool. That's it. I'm making it.
It's gonna be sick, dude.
Fuck yeah.
All right, man.
Fuck
Well,
yeah.
thank you again, Chris, dude.
Thank you, Javi.
I fucking love you, man.
Love you too, buddy.
Thanks for letting me do this, man. All right, I'm gonna end the recording. Yeah. Let's see.